as we go into this season, we had a lot of kids back. So that was one of the good things from the previous year when we were able to get state runner-up. And so the challenge we're facing is just keeping the kids motivated, keeping them hungry and, sitting down. And I'll tell you one thing about kids, they're the most competitive kids I think I've ever been around. They didn't let distractions, whether it was outside people or whatever it was, they stayed focused. It's hard. It's hard winning. It's hard winning a state track. It's pressure they put on and all the runs we had to do on Mondays. It all came forward.
Well, obviously they helped a lot. Took us all the way to the championship. We had a great leader, pulling us through those workouts. Xander, he set the pace. We follow. He wouldn't let us slack off, so he was keeping us up there. So he really helped us a lot.
I think that was probably the biggest part, is having leaders like Xander and Carter to help me out and show me what to do and the best way to get through it, to prepare and be ready for it.
We have some seniors going out, and a lot of these kids had started when we were sophomores when I got here. They've been with us. They were all a factor into helping us contribute to all the success we've had at the state meet and the regionals and the 2 runner-ups and et cetera. But each one of them played a part into the part, and a guy I really want to make sure I tell about is Xander Rines. That kid is probably the hardest working kid that I've been around in my life, as far as, and I've been coaching for 20 plus years. He's a guy you never had to worry about. He took these young kids, because this is pretty still a young track team to an extent of, I said, hey, Xan, you got to make sure this relay's getting ready. Some of those guys are going, oh my God, all right, here comes Xander. But I'm telling you what, we probably couldn't have done it without him. He's a guy who contributed to, I think, 60 points of the 100 and something we scored at the state meet. He's a big part of the success we've had for the last 3 years. And, I'm going to miss him. I know those other guys are going to miss him, but I just want to say thank for him and the rest of those seniors.
I was pretty nervous at the meet, felt pretty accomplished. Really just hold my own, do my part. We won everything. I won my event, so yeah, pretty accomplished.
Going into that race, Wagner beat us at regionals, right? So we knew we had to step up our game right there. Wagner, they got some trash talkers on that team, man. They made it known. Yeah, we just knew we had to step it up after getting beat by Wagner at regionals. We had some bad handoffs during that regional race, so I knew that's the only reason they got us. And I knew if we had a clean race during the state finals that we could beat them. We had to let Wagner know, get our get back after football. We got our get back on that track, so that was a really good feeling.
After running that and everything, and after it was all done, we got the handoff. I gave it to Xander, and he brought it home. And I was just like, that guy's not catching him, And I was very shocked to see our time up on that board, and it was just the greatest feeling, after running, just look up on the scoreboard and see that we beat our record by 2 seconds, that we beat state record and it's a PR, and it was a good feeling.
Yeah, I was surprised by the time too. I didn't even think we're gonna win. To be honest, I thought we were gonna get second. To be honest, I didn't think we were gonna win.
Yeah, I went in there thinking, I was like, man, we can run a 127 a day. And when I saw that 126 on the board, man, my head about freaking exploded, dude. I was just in a daze looking at the board, had me hypnotized for a second. Yeah. We took coach's advice, run fast, turn left. Worked well for us.
Yeah. Somebody else is missing 4x2, Trey.
Yep. Tremaine was a big impact on our relay. He kind of came in late in the 4x2, but he did exactly what he needed to do. We didn't have him early in the 4x2, and he didn't really get to have that muscle memory of working handoffs that well, but he executed perfectly in the state finals. That's what we needed. Everyone was like a puzzle. We all stick together, and everyone did their job, and resulted in a new meet record for Catoosa, and a huge PR for Ada, and a school record. So it was a big day for us.
I've never really been used to that. I mean, going through throwing events, there's not really ever a crowd, something new, but I mean, just going into it, it was pretty nice having all those people there. Went into it knowing that there's guys there that have thrown farther than me, but I went in knowing that if I do what I know how to do, I'll get it. So it did get my nerves going a little bit, but I just used that to kind of push me further. Me and him both never really had anybody push each other to go throw farther. So, I mean, we were sitting over there on the sideline and be like, hey, I'm gonna set this mark for you. So it was nice doing that, but I mean, like, neither of us have ever been used to having each other throw further. So that was nice, actually having a challenge to throw farther. After I threw that throw, I knew that he was gonna try to throw farther, but I mean, watching him throw, it was like, okay, I got this. So as the meet went on, I was like, yeah, I got this, and it started feeling better. And I just knew at the end that it was all good. But I mean, it all started freshman year, going through, I mean, that state meet, and then sophomore year, not getting what I wanted. I mean, having it pay off this year it was great. I just had that feeling.
So after we ran that 4x2 time, I knew we had good things coming ahead of us. After capitalizing that win right there, I think we kind of woke up everyone in Class 4A right there. Like, oh man, it is a threat. We gotta make sure we hop on our horse if we're gonna win this one. Going in that 4x1, I mean, we did way better than what everyone thought we were gonna do. We were projected to get like 6th, and we ended up climbing that podium. We got 4th. So I think we did really good in the 4x1, and then we ended it strong with that 4x4 finish.
Well, you know, I've been there before, so just warming up, making sure we got good breakfast at the hotel. It really started the night before with the sleep. Everyone's got to get in their hotel room, get to bed so you get ready for the next day. Get breakfast and you get ready for the day. And making sure everyone's up, stretched, getting ready. It's awesome. It's just like you're there with your best friends. We've worked for so many years with each other, just trying to get to that point, winning that state championship. You know, we have a great team. We all work hard with each other. We push each other to do the best every day. So it's just like, it's really just like another day with the friends out on the track. I was feeling good before the race. Obviously, I was coming off an injury throughout the year. So I was just hoping for the best. I wasn't really nervous. I was really excited for the race. I was waiting all year to run at regionals, waiting all year to run at state, and it finally came. And then I was, you know, halfway through the race, I was doing good. After the race, I didn't get the results I wanted. Still got the team the points we needed. So, I mean, that was a good feeling about that, but it didn't come out how I wanted, but it still helped the team. I, as well, didn't have a great race in that either, not my best. Really fighting the injury all year, so if I would have had more time, it would have been better, but still got the points we needed, so. I just had to ease back into it, really was working that leg, trying to get it back to healthy. I really wanted to run again, needed to help the team, so I really focused on rehabbing it and getting it back to healthy and being ready for regionals.
Nerves always help me when it comes race time. When I get out there on the track, start warming up, I just kind of replay the race in my mind, and then execute it on the track. Even though we have battle injuries to the season, that's just part of it. It's just obstacles we gotta hurdle. I knew by the time we got to the state meet though, everyone would be on the same page. We executed the plan perfectly, and this is the best possible way I could have went out as a senior.
Going on, you know, my big thing was just making sure they continue to warm up, continue to just, hey, listen, we've been working for this all year, you know, don't let the moment get too big. We've got to just handle the situations that we're in, and then, you know, I've find them and make sure they're getting warmed up, and then just as, you know, as we led into the mile relay, I said, hey, here's the situation. We just have to go do what we're supposed to do, and let's put pressure on them to go do something they have never done. And so I think the kids handled it really well. And maybe they were nervous, but they never, the ones I was around, never seemed to bother them. I just, continue to try to motivate and continue to try to put positive thoughts in them, just like, hey, go out and be you, and we'll see what happens.
That really got our ego up. I mean, like, you still gotta be humble about what you can do, but you gotta get your ego up about what you can do and what you're capable of doing in your team.
Before the race, I knew that we were down by little points. I knew we had to get first, so there was nerves were rolling, but it was definitely to help push through that and make it. I don't know how to kind of explain it, but it was just a good feeling to know that we have a good chance to come in and take it. So I knew if we'd come into it strong like we do and run our race, that we would win and come through. So
I was nervous the whole day. I was really nervous. I don't really get nervous until the day, like the first 20 minutes of the race. I threw it before the race. That's how nervous I was. I'm always that nervous, so it's nothing new. I'm first leg, so I like it first because it takes my nervous away from me first. Once I'm in the lead, once I come around with the lead, I give it to Gavin. He's first the whole way.
Thought process after handing the baton to Kevin was very, very relieving, knowing that we'd get it around and that I did my part, knowing that they would do theirs. I had full trust in them they'd keep the lead and gain the lead too. So I had full trust in knowing that, and I knew as soon as we seen Kevin give it to Xander, I knew it's homebound, so it's a good feeling.
First, I want to talk about Kamari. I mean, he gave us a great lead. I know that he'd do his job.
Chills just through my body the whole time. Kamari starts off with a 49 split, gives us a great start.
But first, when he was warming up, I was kind of nervous for him because he didn't get out fast enough in the block. But yeah, when he came around the corner and gave us a good lead, I know that he did his job. So then Gavin had to do his, and then he did his. And then when he handed off to me, I have to do my job and then keep us in the lead. And then when I'm in the lead, I already know that we're just gonna win it because nobody's beating Xander in the 400. I mean, you can keep it straight like that.
Knowing that was my last race, I had to leave everything out there, and most importantly, to win the state title, I knew we had to run the race for our lives out there. So when I walked out on the track, I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna leave everything I have out there, and I know that my other teammates will leave everything out there. So once you give me the baton, I'm gonna bring it home for it.
I was pretty confident. That's what I thought we would do. I believed in us the whole entire year. That's what I thought we were going to be. So there was really no doubt in my mind that we were I just knew we were going to win it all. Felt good, especially after that hard running like that, especially a 400. It's not something to play with. It felt good to know that we won championships with champions after that. That's a good feeling,
That's a great feeling. Nobody as a sophomore always gets to do a big part in a state meet and get a ring as a sophomore, and being a part of the team, being the reason why you got a ring, and being capable of doing the things with your teammates and bringing the memories with people like Zan. You ain't gonna get that back. You gotta keep it going.
So I'm happy and grateful. I had a great coaching staff behind me and a really good team. We're all on the same page when it comes to hard work, so thankful for everyone. And I felt really relieved after the race, and thank God for giving me the ability to run.
It was relief, it was joy, it was, everything. It was just, I was so proud for those kids. It really didn't hit me until really Sunday, I think. And I was joy, I got the ice bucket dumped on me, which on that, they kind of didn't hardly get on me. But I was just, again, it goes back to those kids. I mean, we wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for if they didn't believe in me and the process that we've started for the last 3 years and continue to work at it. And so, like I said, I think I felt more relief and more excited Sunday morning when I woke up knowing that, hey, I'm a state champ, these kids are state champs, and nobody can take that away from them for the rest of their life.
Along with Jerry Nader, helped to get this program on its feet. And over time, the system has continued to work. And this weekend, here in Catoosa, this state championship effort totaled 102.50 points. The state champions for 2024 Class 3A boys, it goes to the A9 High School.